Welcome to our Merry Christmas Spooky Sundays, last one for 2023. But wait till you see what's happening next year. All right, we've got a jam-packed show, but I feel like there's something missing in my life, Renata.
Yeah?
What's missing in our life right now?
Steve.
Cousin Steve.
Cousin Steve's busy packing. He's going overseas.
No, he's not.
tomorrow.
He's in a show. He's got his studio concert, as they like to say in America, not studio, at 7 p.m. And then he's going home to pack. Then he's hitting the airport tomorrow.
Yep.
So he ditched us tonight because he had to work. But here we are in studio with our spookiness, ready for shenanigans. Who knows what's going to happen this episode?
Yes.
Anything could happen as we say farewell to our little hole here. I love it so much. With the lime green.
Yeah. It's been beautiful. But we've got Christmas songs, so make sure that you've poured the wine because there's going to be Chrissy songs for you to follow.
Do you have your shots ready? And do you have your sculling drinks ready for the the words that we are going to say? That means you have to take a sip. Now make sure you're not driving anywhere afterwards. You have to take a sip or you have to scull if that's your choice and you're not driving anywhere. Who have we got on? We've got, well, you guys have been on here chatting for a while. I can't see that far. Zena, Shane, Bakaloy, Yindamata. Who else is there? Scrolling. You guys don't even need me on here. Yindamata. Tara. Hello, Tara.
Hello, Tara.
Joe. Hello, Joe. Melanie, all the way from the UK.
Hi, Melanie.
Hi, Roscoe. A fairy dragon, Sir Stash. Fairy. There we go. Let's see what happens now. There's Shane. Cara. Hi, Cara. Suzanne Ashworth. Hello. And Cameron. Hello, Cameron. All right. Dive. I was telling Renata you got KPI on tears last night. I was impressed.
I'm very impressed, Dave. Very impressed from what I heard.
And we left it. It was a very personal message, whatever it was, and so we left it where it was. We didn't repeat it back to the whole group. So, I just realised I'm not actually set up to the top there. So 1 minute 43. It's actually ready to kick off the show. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, we'll turn that down. I only have to do these two tonight. I'm so used to doing 3 now. So we are up to day 17 of going live every day on YouTube for the 24 days before Christmas. We've got a very busy week ahead of us as we finish up the last week before I haven't got my headphones on. I just realised. Thinking I can't hear the music. We've got a few extracurricular activities. A Christmas party. All sorts of things. I'm just keeping an eye there. We don't. I think the show's just going live on the Newcastle Live app now. Not plugged in. Oh, it wasn't that the light. The light is what it. The power for the light, I think, runs that. I remember I unplugged it. Can you see the light? Does that plug into that? Yay, there we go, it's on. I only know that because Steve told me. You can't find most of the lives on melody. Haven't been drinking, I promise. Oh, we were just about on.
Shocked after a ghost allegedly swore at them during a visit to one of the UK's most haunted buildings at a nunnery in the Midlands. Now, if they came to Maitland Jail with us, they would know that we get swearing ghosts every week.
Yeah, they actually say every word under the sun, plus some you've forgotten.
Yeah.
Like they even came out with bush pig a little while back there, which I thought was hilarious because that's from like the 80s, I think it was. Sorry, I'm trying to get back on the chair after I fix the sound.
Right, so this is written by Alison Brinkworth, and it's just a couple of days old, this one. So a group of paranormal hunters were left feeling sick after they were reportedly confronted by a bad-mouthed ghost after they stepped into a haunted nunnery.
Not the nunnery.
TikTok hunter Tony Ferguson, that's professional, isn't it? TikTok hunter
Tony Ferguson, wasn't that the weight loss stuff?
Indeed.
As I pop KFC in my mouth.
That didn't work, so obviously he's gone ghost hunting. Said he was left stunned by the spooky encounter which allegedly took place in the nunnery at Rainlow Road, Malvern, in the Midlands. He claimed a ghost swore at his team and said they heard a bizarre dragging noise inside the Victorian building when they visited on December the 9th. The eerie site, which dates back to 1879, is a huge plot where more than 250 nuns were believed to have once lived. Oh, all of those nuns in one
so
spot.
much sexual frustration.
It was
those candles got a hard work.
Stop it!
It was forced to shut down in the mid-1980s when numbers dropped, but the abandoned building remains a remnant of the past and has been dubbed one of the Let me finish it.
Don't pause in the middle of words.
One of the country's most haunted places. Oh, really? Tony and his fellow paranormal investigators visited the landmark to find out if long-standing claims of the nunnery and its substantial grounds being haunted were true. He said, "While we were all together in the basement area, we all heard a dragging sound above us. Natalie said she had never heard anything like it before. We then began our investigation."
Scroll. Scroll.
Oh.
This is why I print my stuff off.
Yes, and we're shocked to hear tapping noises, banging doors, disembodied voices telling us to F off and get out.
Very off.
We even had responses to some of our questions. Oh, okay, that's
fine.
The group's devices reportedly responded to paranormal activity with bleeps during their exploration of the nunnery. Tony described it as a phenomenal sight. We have responses from several devices that we had around the rooms when asking questions. Tony added, "We heard footsteps coming up the stairs while we were in the upper floors investigating. We had investigators starting to feel sick and uncomfortable and wanting to leave the room.
Oh.
The nunnery left us with many things we could not explain.
It just cracks me up.
Even Natalie was shocked when she heard the dragging noise across the floor as we were all together.
A dragon.
She could not offer an explanation for that dragging, not dragon. He added, "We were all shocked by the paranormal activity," admitted Tony, "but we hope to return in the future to see if we can capture more evidence or try to debunk what we encountered." And yes, the full video can be seen on TikTok at Tony Ferguson Ghost Hunter 1.
Nice.
There you go.
Is that it?
That's it.
You've got 10 minutes to fill that. All right, who have we got online now? They've just joined us. We've got Dave, Cameron, Melanie, Shane, Ali is here to join us as well. And of course, we've got the crazy pig lady, Liz McCoy.
Hello, Liz McCoy.
Thanks for joining us. We had the residents on last night, and you didn't come.
No.
Why?
I was babysitting.
She had a better offer. But we had 19 delicious people turn up to have a wonderful time. And we did all that stuff. I even did a live on YouTube afterwards. And we heard a weird noise down in our seance room, the blackened out room. And what was strange about it is Barb didn't hear it at the time. Barb was with me. But the people on YouTube heard it and I heard it.
Oh.
And we tried to recreate the sound. We were moving things around, moving the table, moving the chairs. Couldn't recreate the sound, but everyone commented that they heard it.
Oh,
I think someone gave a really good description. It's like paper rubbing together or on a gravel floor or something. I don't know, but they were spot on, whatever it was. Now, if you would like to text us this evening and say farewell or wish anyone a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays or Feliz Navidad, whatever it is you'd like to do, please text us through on 0490 848886. This will be your last chance to text us.
Now, I'm going to read out one or two texts that were sent in. So this is from Becca Lloyd.
Becca Lloyd!
Hey, Anne and Renata, just wanting to say thank you for being hilarious, genuine, and just absolutely awesome individuals that you are. Your passion for what you do shines through. Your hilarious banter make each episode live a true delight. You've managed to make us laugh out loud in the most unexpected places, earning me some strange looks from people. But hey, totally worth it. Here's to a wonderful Christmas and amazing year ahead. Much love, Becca Lloyd.
Oh, thank you, Becca Lloyd.
Thank you, Becca Lee.
Just for you. Tesla. Everyone have a drink.
And Dave Mann, says, I wish everyone listening a very happy and spooky end of year celebrations. Be safe out on the roads, adhere to the fire ban rules, and spare a thought for loved ones that have passed. Spooky question. Oh, well, we'll leave that till later then, won't we?
Oh, well, I'd say so. Yep.
Jody Music.
Hello, Jody.
Music. Well, Miss Spooky Sundays, happy holidays to Anne, Renata, and all the Darksiders from Jody Music.
Shane's just put a comment there saying Renata has 10 minutes to practice saying country correctly.
It's
Country.
It's never going to work out. It's never going to work out.
There's radio silence, Renata.
I know. Poor Catherine Zena wanted to be the first caller for the last time. Bring on 2024. I think he missed out because of Shane. Shane actually sent a message saying, it's Shane. I know, from Shane. Congratulations on your success of Spooky Sundays. There's a reason it's the highest rated show. Oh, good luck for your new projects. So there will be many new projects next year.
Newcastle Live has got some fantastic ideas for things that are coming.
Yes.
Right, we have Matthew Lyons here is saying Merry Christmas to you ladies and crew and a Happy New Year to you all. And Liz McCoy wants to know who farted. That would be your character, wasn't it, Liz?
Oh. Now, Shane
You can tell we're missing Steve, can't you?
Shane asks a very interesting question. He says, regarding the Christmas song by Andy Williams, in one of the verses he sings there will be scary ghost stories. Is this an American tradition? Actually, it's an English tradition. All over England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales, they used to tell Christmas stories on Christmas Eve to make all the kiddies go to bed early. And so it has been a long-standing tradition. Everyone's trying to bring this tradition back. I think it's fabulous to do that. I'll be telling some scary ghost stories tonight, Christmas stories. But yes, look, and this tradition goes back to the 1800s. A very, very, very strong tradition of ghost stories on Christmas Eve and around Christmas time. And I personally think it was to get the kiddies off to bed nice and early so that Santa could finally come.
Hello, Holtzer. Spooky Sundays won't be back in this format next year. It'll be something different, so hang on to your hats and come back around about February next year to see what we're going to do. So it's the end of the live Spooky Sundays here at Newcastle Live Radio. They've had us here the longest, I think, out of everyone. I think everyone's now gone to pre-recorded format now, and we are the last live show here in Spooky Sundays and Newcastle Live.
We are alive.
We're alive. I've got some little bits and bobs here. Have you finished with that one there?
Yeah.
I've got my 14 times. You know how much I love that. And there's the little side stories here that I always think they're just odd and a little bit weird. There's one about a lucky baby in Shenzhen, China. Emergency medic Li Huan saved a baby when it was accidentally born on the toilet and slipped down the waste pipe.
Oh, no. Oh, that's just terrible.
So, I mean, babies are quite often born on the toilet because the mothers get the urge to push and they think it might be number 2, so they head to the toilet. But she's actually pushed the baby out and it's slipped down into the S-bin.
Oh, no.
He was visiting a neighbour when the woman's mother-in-law called for help and was able to fish the baby out and help it to breathe. Oh, you mean he had to do mouth-to-mouth?
Oh, poor bugger.
Oh, but good on him. Good on him. After being taken to hospital, both mother and baby was said to be fine.
Well, she had a security cord around.
The bungee cord. Kind of bounced right back up, that one.
She just pulled it out.
Yeah, that's right. But at least the baby would have still been sustained by the umbilical cord, I suppose. So
Yeah, that's the cord I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Just reef it out.
just bore that thing. It's been amazing
It's made of rubber. It's fine.
Oh. All right, we're going to head off to a song and we will be back. Now, Renata has chosen the amazing songs. Apparently also, after I said fairy, 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 the sound went dead on YouTube.
Your fault.
And I had to, what's happened, I think, is I've left the Rode microphone, the main one on, and it has gone flat. So I've just ripped it off and it's just on the camera's phone at the moment. So probably won't be as good as what it normally is, but at least you've got some sound. But Renata, wow, we're going to start off with a fabulous one.
Yep.
Nothing like a bit of wham.
Wham.
Now, you guys won't be able to hear that because we'll get done for copyright on YouTube if they start hearing that.
But if they're playing on the radio, then they will.
We're on YouTube.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But if they're
Oh, they're listening on the radio at the same. There might be a delay though that might cause issues. I've got too many mice here, and I'm still on. This is not going to be a good show. I'm telling you all now. We're slightly discombobulated.
totally professional. Yes. Yes.
Oh no.
Oh, now in between, we're going to open up some Christmas cards because we did get some Christmas cards. Here you are.
Mm-hmm.
You can do that one.
This one's from Newport, Victoria. Sandra. Thank you for all those who participated in our Christmas card challenge. I fixed up the rope down the hallway today and put the cards on. All right. Got Santa and his sack. To Anne and Renata from Sandra, I'm a fan of your podcast and also watch the tarot. I live in Melbourne and hope one day to come on a tour. All the best for 2024. Thank you so much, Sandra. Nice. We will be sending you a card because it's on the back there. You're not opening it?
No, you can open it. You're closer. You're closer.
Okay, Jody Music, all the way from the USA. How red hula hoops come in squares. Away. Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
Oh. Oh.
And they've got a picture of the pizza shop. Ding, 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 saying hurry up on the pizza. Oh, dear. Hope your Christmas is made to order. Now, I've got some jokes. Did you hear about the dyslexic Satanist? He sold his soul to Santa. That's good. What do you call an elf wearing earmuffs? Whatever the hell you want, because I can't hear you. Merry Christmas, all holidays of your own personal choosing. Look, if someone wishes you a Merry Christmas and that's not your faith or your belief, just accept it with the intention that was given. There's no need to correct people or anything like that. It's a little bit like the other issue that's going on at the moment with identity. If someone says, you're a beautiful looking woman, just accept it for the compliment it is. Why do people have to get so tied up in freaking knots? Anyway, hope your holidays and the coming new year are fabulous as you are.
Thank you, Jody.
Oh, thank you. We'll see you soon. Not long now.
Last one.
Last one. Anne and Renata, Nicole from
We haven't
Victoria.
been to the post box over Saturday and Sunday. So,
I did. There's nothing in there on Saturday.
Okay.
And there wouldn't have been anything Sunday because the last ones they put in was Friday and I think you were there. Oh, this is a bit flash. You do that one.
Okay.
One special. We've got 51 people watching. Good heavens. Welcome to the last episode of Spooky Sundays, everyone. All right, I've got this. I'm opening up Chrissy cards here.
Very nice Christmas cards.
I know, they're a bit flash. They've got seals on it and everything.
Well, have yourself a merry little Christmas. Oh, look.
Oh, it's a pop-up. Oh.
That's so cute.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if you could get in there. There's not enough light. That is so cute. Oh, no, we've got a little bit. Oh, dear Renata, thank you for your reading. Sorry, I'll switch you. I think we're about to go back on in a second anyway. We'll read those after the next break. I always do this. hang on, wrong one. There is too many mice, whatever you call it. Hello, Justin. How are you? Merry Christmas to you both and everyone listening. May you all enjoy the cherished time with your families. Love from the Perrymans. All right. Thank you. Oh, everyone, I am so discombobulated. I left the microphones on again. This is our last show, and
Might be a good,
yeah,
good
yeah.
reason
I mean,
for that.
we're a little distressed. I have to say, we are a little distressed because we were quite torn about what to do with Spooky Sundays because we love so much coming in here and talking to you every Sunday, but we're exhausted. So Newcastle Live came up with a really good suggestion for us on how we can continue on next year, but in a different way. So part of us really don't want to finish this off at all, but we know that we need to work smarter, not harder.
It's a transition, Anne. A
It's a
transition.
transition.
Yes.
But we will be back with something for you all next year, and we've still got our other lives that we do as well. So we're always there online at some stage. I hope you've all been keeping up with the 24 days of Christmas. Who has seen every single day so far of our Newcastle of our YouTube lives? Write it in the comments.
There's been a few of you.
There is a few of you.
Unbelievable.
Even if you've gone back afterwards, it's very appreciated. Oh, it's my story, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, I need to dig out my bits and bobs now. I've lost my place, I think. I'll fill Renata.
Oh, I'm filling yet again.
Oh, no, that's my second half. I can't do this one now because that's a bit...
My goodness.
Woohoo! All right, I've got this. All right, I've just printed up a whole heap of stuff just in case. I have got, because this is meant to be the ABC here, but my gift to Renata for this Christmas was no ABC. And we actually finished Z last week with zombies. And I have some real ghost stories for us to have a listen to and see what we think about them. Now, this is an Australian one, and it's, when was it from? 2017. The experiences I'm about to relate happened a long time ago and are seen through the eyes of a naive 11-year-old boy. In my attempt to stick to the truth, there may be parts that are vague. Please just put this down to Father Time defeating my old memory. We know about that, don't we, Renata?
No.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
See, she's forgotten already. I am the 11-year-old with two brothers, Bro P and Bro A, we shall call them, being 5 and 6 years older, and my mother, the lady of the manor, and my father, the muscle behind the lady. On a Christmas day, we are all bundled into the family car and make the journey to the wild, wild west of Sydney. Anyone who is from the west of Sydney will get that little bit of a joke there. To spend the day with all of our cousins. We would open our presents, do the occasional swap, have Christmas dinner, say our goodbyes and head home. That just sounds like the Australian Christmas Carol, that song. Dashing through the bush and a rusty Holden ute, that one. Right. The Christmas of 1968, going back a bit, some of you weren't born then, was different. Bro P cautiously picked up a present from one of our uncles. He carefully unwrapped his present, took one look at the cover on the box and quickly wrapped it back up.
Uh-oh.
This was unusual, as all presents had that pesky wrapping paper ripped off and presents were laid bare for all to see.
Were they condoms?
The present was to remain a mystery from me for days until I tried to get into our bedroom and found the door locked from the inside. Uh-oh. Did they have crunchy socks? I banged on the door and told the intruders to let me in. My demands were
Let me in.
Thank you. My demands were met with a few bugger off, mixed with go and play down the road.
Uh-oh.
I countered with I'm going to get Dad.
Was there Vaseline on the doorknob?
Which always did the trick. The door was opened. Bro A dragged me into the room and sat me down next to Bro P. The mystery was solved. Or was it? There before me was a Parker Brothers board. It had been folded out, was a light sandy colour,
What this is?
old-fashioned shiny letters and a plastic-shaped heart pointer. I asked my brothers, "Where are the dice?" To which they laughed and said, "It was a Ouija board."
A Ouija board.
A Ouija. The two brothers put their index finger on the pointer and told me to gently do the same. As soon as my finger touched the pointer, it moved and started going from letter to letter and then paused. Bro A stated the word it had just spelt and the pointer moved on. As the session went on, my panic level started to rise. It was describing an argument I had had with the school bully, which ended with me getting a broken nose and the bully walking away untouched.
That's a good Ouija board session.
It is a good Ouija board.
My
At this
goodness.
point, my finger came off the pointer and I yelled at whatever was telling the story to get their facts straight. I gave the bully a nice black eye, according to my story. I stormed out of my bedroom accompanied by the laughter of my two brothers. I went out into the back to cool off and saw my dad raking up grass clippings and putting them in the furnace to be burnt off later. He came over to me and asked, "What's wrong?" I told him that there seemed to be another story circulating about me meeting with the school bully. The next question seemed innocent enough. "When did you hear this?" I replied. "Well, just then." He stumped off back into the house and remained remarkably quiet for some time. I knew something was not right. Dad's face told me he was angry. If Dad got angry, there would be tiles flying off our roof and bricks falling out of the walls, but the house remained silent and undamaged. I figured that I hadn't dobbed anyone in after all. However, dinner that night was a very quiet affair. And with the end being signalled by Mum instructing us boys to play in the bedroom while she had to talk to Dad. Oh, this was getting scary. I trudged into my bedroom and was ordered to sit down by my brothers. The Ouija board was laid out as before, but this time I was seated on the outside. This arrangement did not last long. The door opened and Dad stepped in and sat down next to me.
What?
Dad's going to join in.
Oh, wow.
"I'm joining in this time," he announced. I looked at the faces in the room. Bro P had a stunned look on his face. Bro A was smiling at Dad, and Dad was grinning at Bro A. Something was up, but I felt secure sitting next to Dad, so I just stared at the board. Dad's attention now turned to Bro P. "Read the instructions out loud and don't miss anything," to which Bro P sullenly complied. Apart from finding out that the pointer was called a planchette, the instructions sounded like a load of hocus pocus, and I started to lose interest in the whole concept. Words became a blur as I went from boredom towards sleep. I literally jolted out of this state when the planchette started to move. I realised that somehow my finger was connected to this thing again. It felt totally different this time, both speed-wise and lightness of movement. Dad and Bro A were working together to tell the story of a little girl that Bro P had known before she had passed away in a car accident. Bro P had not treated her well. It appeared that she was determined to tell us her story in detail.
Oh, wow. Another good session.
Yeah, he stopped, looked at me and said, "Well, come on, we've got things to do." I've just jumped a paragraph. The planchette moved back to the spot where it started, and Dad mumbled something like, "I release you from this world." He then stood up, ordered that the board and all other parts be put back in the box, which he then confiscated and took a step out the door. He stopped, looked at me and said, "Well, come on, we've got things to do." I was up in a flash and following Dad out into our backyard. We passed Mum, who asked, "Is everything now fixed?" Dad said that we'd have to see the Reverend on Sunday, but that was okay. We were able to navigate the backyard in the dark by glow coming from the furnace. Dad must have started burning the grass clippings before dinner. The box was dropped straight into the flames.
No!
And that was the end of the Ouija board.
Oh, no.
But not the lesson. While the flames devoured the board, Dad laid open as much of the events as he dared. The modified story of my altercation with the school bully was devised and carried out by Brother P, the prankster, on the board, just for a laugh at my expense. Tonight was different. Whatever had control of the planchette intended to punish the prankster and succeeded. He asked me what I thought of the spook tonight. I told him that she made me sad and I hoped she was now at peace. He looked at me for a long time and then told me the moral of tonight's episode. Don't go fooling around with the things that can be bigger, meaner, and more powerful than you could possibly imagine. He also told me that I would go down the beach with Bro A on Sunday while he took the prankster to see the Reverend. Wow, he was really going to see someone big, mean, and powerful times two. Really a great story.
Great story.
I have a feeling that the prankster brothers stitched him up, but I think that maybe Dad stitched him up on the next one.
I think so.
Because I can't imagine that Dad would have sat down and just played the Ouija board with the boys and then got rid of it. He would have got rid of it straight away. Anyway, I like that. Thank you very much for the person who wrote that, and that was off Real Ghost Stories from the interwebs. Oh, Renata, we've got another great song now. I'm going to try and remember to turn off the microphones for the radio station this time. Bit of Taylor Swift, and we'll be back after this. Christmas Tree Farm.
Yes. These all came from the, I think, 30 best Christmas songs for people to play, whatever, at Christmas time. So there you go.
All right.
That one's yours.
All right.
So thank you for reading most of mine. Thank you for the readings and entertaining videos. Have a safe holiday to you and your loved ones. Oh, thank you, Nicole.
Oh, okay. And your humour is beautiful and very appreciated. And happy holidays. My joke. What is a ghost's favourite snack? Blueberries.
Oh.
Oh, the little pop-up card is so cute. Thank you.
They are beautiful. Thank you so much.
I'll pop those there.
Yeah, I'll put them all together.
Yep. Have
Okay.
another little bit of cold popcorn chicken.
Do we have any other messages that have come through in the meantime?
I'll keep the phone ones for the show. Oh, wrong mouse. Yeah, Anne has it under the vid. Oh, yes, the phone number is there. Text 0490848886. There's a lot of messages coming through, so I haven't got all of the messages coming up there. Speaking of the Chrissy cards, you received some pretty awesome cards. We have.
Mm-hmm.
We are very honoured by the generosity of our people. And receiving those cards, it lets us know that you guys love what we do and appreciate the work that we're doing. So we thank you very much for doing that. And you're right there? Yes, and that's right, Catherine. Don't forget to hit the like button. Hello, Sue. Where are you all watching from the world? Write it down in the comments. I need to know because I like to brag a little bit. So I know we've got some people from Britain, Ireland, America.
America.
There we are. We've got Jonathan, who's watching from York.
Oh, one of the most beautiful places in the world, York. Love it.
And here we have Hide and Seek Paraquest. We are in the process of doing something special with these guys. They gave us a little bit of an invite that was just too hard to resist. just working out flights and things now. They're a little bit pricey when you fly out on a Friday and back home on a Sunday. It's all right. We'll start a GoFundMe because we've got to take Cousin Steve with us. So, does anyone know how to use Virgin credits? Because I tried to use them to book some flights and I couldn't. They were saying I couldn't use them to book extra leg room or take an extra bag. I'm going, no, there was $1,900 worth of flights to America. I'm not going to pay you another $400 per person and then the extra $20 for extra leg room out of the $1,900. Oh, cranky.
Honestly.
What are we up to? We've still got an ad there. Oh, we've got Dublin, Ireland, Melbourne, Canberra, Hi Glennis, Bargo, way cool. That's the best name ever. Shitney. Is that former New Yorker, now in Melbourne? Watford, UK. Wow. Dave's in denial. Hi, Phil. Don't we all love a little bit of spooky conversation? I've got my radio voice on. Do you like that, Renata?
Oh, it's very nice.
Oh, no,
very
it's
sexy.
Very sexy voice. We have got messages coming in left, right, and centre. That's the Andy Williams one. Okay, you did that one. And we have got, hello, my name's Hayden. I absolutely love you guys and can't wait to the brilliant content coming out. Also, keep scaring Isaac. Well, we were going to scare Isaac the other day, but somebody was sick, and then it turned out that we had fires everywhere. Yeah. So we were unable to do it. And my poor daughter and her husband and children were all sort of tied up in that as well, which was a little bit scary. Dave Mann, who wants to know, you've got a question for us. Can environmental factors such as a thunderstorm, granite or limestone-rich earth intensify paranormal or spiritual activity?
Well, we have found that whatever is under the ground can have a substantial
it has an effect on your equipment.
Yeah, it does have an effect on your equipment. When we went out to Tanilba Bay House, that's got granite. Is it granite?
Quartz.
Or quartz, yes, quartz underneath. And you literally can pop your K2 meter down on the ground and it will be lighting up to 3 or 4 lights.
And it's not just a little bit of the area, it's the whole...
It's the whole area.
Whole area.
Yeah.
Oh, I've just opened... That was my mineral water that I just tried to open up and it's just spilled all over my lap. I might just put that over there.
So, yes, the answer to that is yes. I think thunderstorms also ionize the air, so it's very interesting.
The question is, can it intensify paranormal or spiritual activity? So we know that, for example, with thunderstorms, there is lightning, which is producing EMF, which can set off our equipment. And some people who don't know that think they've got ghosts. We know that the EMF meters go nuts at Tanilba House, but it doesn't mean that there are ghosts there. But it does mean that if you think about EMF being ghost food, is what some people have sort of suggested, that it powers them up, or they draw the energy, or they disturb the energy, then you would think that maybe that it does. I can't say for sure, because when we were working at Q Station Manly, we would be working there during thunderstorms and sometimes get nothing. But other times it would be going nuts. So,
but Frankenstein was created during a thunderstorm.
That's it then. Well, that's right, because it's created life.
Yeah, there you go.
And
we just solved that problem for you.
We were at the Frankenstein Museum in Germany, weren't we?
We were.
And they were showing how they used the electrodes to make muscles twitch and things. I was like, it's very
creepy.
It was.
They do that with dead animals too, unfortunately.
I think they do it in science labs too, when you donate your bodies to science. Hello, Maxine. Merry Christmas to you both. Love your show. And more love from both Maxine and Mark. Thank you. Indiamara, thanks for a great year. I've loved every moment. Oh, Dubbo was brilliant when we met. I have to say that was one of my highlights of the year. Have a great Christmas and a happy New Year. Stay safe and see you all next week. Oh, another highlight was having Phil turn up to the residence last night. Yes, Mr. Latio, thank you so much. It was great to see your name on that list.
Oh, it's surprising it got on the list at all, Phil.
I saw Dave first and I went, I've got to go and look at the roll because he's going to put some name in there that's just not appropriate. And I was right. I was very right. Thanks, Phil Latio. All right. Who's this one here? Shane. It was me. Paper rubbing on a concrete floor. Yes, it did sound like that. It really did. Thank you. Thank you for the Chrissy card. And my brother says thanks too. Yowie seemed to be attracted to water, granite, mountains, and storms, wind, rain, and thunder. And look, there are those theories that the what do you call it? The tape theory,
Stone tape
theory, and I think granite is one of those things that they think it can be recorded in. I am not sure on that one, but it's possible. Linda, the spiritual alchemist, has texted through. Merry Christmas, ladies. Here's to some seances for next year.
Oh, yes.
I've got to clean my room up to be able to do that. I think I need to move house to be able to do that. Oh, look who we've got a message from. A massage. Happy last live show. Can't wait to groove out to the Christmas tunes. Bonnie.
Oh, hey.
Oh, Bonnie.
Hey, thanks,
I
Bonnie.
love you, Bonbons. Sorry, I used to call my dog Bonbons. And that was Bonnie too. Both beautiful souls.
Absolutely.
I'm just digging a hole. Right. Okay, I have all these texts that didn't go through from Norfolk. Last time I tried was April. Please tell me if you get this one. Hope the beautiful ladies have a wonderful Christmas and all the best for the new year ahead, and not too many dish canoes.
My favourite saying for the year.
All right, who is that? Was that you, Liz, or was that somebody else from Norfolk? All right, next one. Studio needs some fairy lights.
Yes, it does.
Wish all my fellow listeners some relief and good times over the festive season. You know what? The word relief is probably very appropriate. Cara, merriest of Yuletide to you lovely ladies. Here is a saying I saw today at the museum. Speak the name of the dead and they will live forever.
True.
From Cara.
Lovely.
That's beautiful, Cara. I really like that. And look, that is one of our sort of theories too with the spirit world, isn't it? That if you stop telling their stories, if you stop looking at their photos, do they then fade?
And is the fading that we see the difference between seeing someone who they call a white lady to then seeing someone who is a grey lady to seeing then someone who is virtually just a whisper, just something that kind of is just a little bit of whatever that spirit was when it was alive? Do we actually just fade away with time when we are not remembered anymore?
And I feel also with the work that we're doing with ghost tours that there are some people out there who think it's disrespectful to be running ghost tours in haunted locations or like prisons or places of trauma. But if it's done well and done respectfully, you're actually keeping the history of that location alive, not necessarily in a gory way, but people, that's that quote that I can't remember who said it, people come for the history, they come for the ghosts, but they go away with the history.
Yes.
We always, in our True Hauntings podcast, always talk about the history first, because without the history, there is no haunting. So it's so super important. The one we recorded the other week, we both got the giggles, something shocking because it was a bit dry, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, that was my part.
There's not much you could do. It was Yeah, I was saying, are we done yet? Oh God, we're only up to the 1600s. Come on, keep going. Yeah, but that's a funny one.
Yeah.
All right,
but in saying that, when you were talking about your ghost stories, we could actually go back to the people that were actually living in the place, and they all lined up.
They did. And that's why we need the history, because as Renata goes through the history, I'll say, remember that name because that's going to pop up later. Or I'll remember that incident because that's going to pop up later. But guess what?
We've got another song.
Santa's coming.
At last. Been waiting all year for Santa to come.
Yep, Santa's coming for us. All right, enjoy this. We'll back up the song. Bit of see ya. Right, I need to open up. I'm a bit thirsty. I need to open up my water without spilling it all over myself.
So I might go to I've got an extra story. This one's called Pumpkin Spice and Everything Nice.
Okay. Not a worry. Hope you'll enjoy that one, guys.
When we get back. I'll go back.
Oh, wow. Now, you can, if you want to show your appreciation, I know money is tight, and that's fine. We don't want anyone to put themselves out by buying a super sticker or anything like that if you can't afford it. But you can share the show. You can subscribe to our channel. You can give the live feed a thumbs up. So many things you can do to help us. Or go listen to one of our podcasts. Or, better still, this is a good one. When you go out for the day, put the YouTube channel up and go to our channel and go play all. And let it play all day, because that racks up the hours that people get to watch out all the YouTube things that people are watching the channel. And there's ads that play in there, which you don't have to put your hand in your pocket for. And we'll get it like maybe a cent. But it all adds up. So, there's 100 people that do that. There's $1 for us, and we appreciate it. So, yeah, all right. I'm just going to, wrong mouse again. I'm going to be in trouble off Bonnie because I left the mic on during one of the songs. Woo-hoo. Lucky I wasn't swearing, huh? Unlike Renata with her country. Oh, you took a photo of the saying. Oh, yeah. Old custom. You're not dead until your name is no longer spoken. Yeah. I love to find out the history of cemeteries before filming. It is interesting.
How many generations do you think it takes before people stop talking about you? Is it one generation, 2 generations? I mean, your kids, the likelihood is they may keep talking about you if they loved you.
Well, I talk about my grandparents, but I don't talk about my great-grandparents. Maybe a little bit, met them very briefly, don't have much memory of them, which is probably going to be pretty much like my grandchildren with their great-granddad. Charlie was 5 when he passed, so I'm hoping she has some good memories of him. Ruby probably won't remember, which is sad. So, yeah. How many generations? I think the great-grandparents for me is sort of the last generation. Oh, there's more messages coming through. If you've never texted through, do it tonight. Wish us a Merry Christmas. We'd love to hear from you. It's nice to know that there are people out there watching us and enjoying the work. So,
and the thing too is when we do our seances, sometimes a great-grandparent will come through with a message, and people will say, well, I don't know this person.
Can't identify them.
Yeah, don't know who they are. And that's the hard bit, because they may still be very relevant as, custodians, protectors, but, yeah, you don't know who they are.
Oh, I hate that pause. Every time I hear that pause, I'm like, oh.
And we're lucky to have photos even of our great-grandparents.
Oh, Melanie, Blue Cow. I've booked it for the night of the investigation, Melanie, the Blue Cow. So no one was on whatever the Friday night is Ashwell. Hang on. Oh, and Auntie Renata has just teased us with a new story that she's going to pop in. I do have just another comment or two here that I'd like to read out. And I'm encouraging those who have never texted before to do it now, because this may be your last chance to text through. We've even got a question. Hi, lovely ladies. Thank you so much for making my year. You guys are awesome. Wishing you both a wonderful and safe Christmas. Lots of love from Lawrence Giltzman. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Lawrence.
Lisa has a question. Do you think the veil could be thinner in certain sacred areas of the world?
Especially if they practice necromancy. Absolutely.
You're going to find out, Lisa, because we're going to take you to some of those places when we go to England.
Yes, certainly those places, they feel different. They
do.
feel very, very different. But you have to experience that for yourself, I think. Everyone will have a different feeling about that. I think some of those really, really sacred spaces, they have been prayed at and ritual has been done on those spaces for hundreds of years. It does make them very special.
Melanie's put a post on here. I visited the Tool Slang, sorry, I'm trying to read it from a distance, Genocide Museum, and had to look at every single photo of each prisoner to make sure that they knew they were being honoured. Such a sad place.
That's a lovely thing.
That's beautiful. Renata actually did that on the Queen Mary.
I did. I had to take a video of every single person that had passed on the Queen Mary.
Yeah.
And
She held up the whole freaking tour.
I know. I felt compelled once she got through a couple to go, well, I can't leave the others behind. I have to take even a brief second of their faces. So I might actually put that up on our Facebook page.
You might not get to your story, Renata. I've got a few more questions. My question is, where do they go? You have spirits hundreds of years old that I'm sure their descendants don't know about. Nosy Bob, for example, but comes through when called for. Well, we talk about him. So therefore, I think we bring him back, I suppose. I don't know. But is it really ghosts, or is it the memory, our memory of them, or our knowledge of them that brings back what we think they are? But the experiment that we do, the people are in another room and they don't know the questions that we're asking, so they can't be influenced to respond to, say, like we'll say, can you give us an indication somewhere on your body that we know is a sign that is you? And there's two places. I'm not going to say what they are because you've got to come to the residence and do this paranormal investigation. And every week every experience for the last however many months, he's been coming through and very distinctly giving us those signs. So we don't know him, but we know him through talks and books and stories that have been told. We have got Liz, who said 5-6 generations for me, still come through on my Norfolk side, but I think Norfolk's different for the history, because the history is who you all are, because you've got such a famous history with the mutiny on the Bounty and those the people with those names like Christian Fletcher and the McCoys, all the names that you recognise. So they are spoken about quite often. So interesting. I'm on the wrong mouse again. Scrolling.
I know we've got a message here on the phone too, Anne.
Okay, the Indigenous people of the Americans have had the tradition of 7 generations of responsibility, 3 before the one in your present and 3 to come.
That's beautiful.
I've just got goosebumps. Wow. Daisy, my grandma, talked about her grandmother, so we talk about her, similar to my dad talking about his great-grandfather and why our farm was named Braidwood. So definitely names.
Yeah.
Yes, Melanie, I will talk more to you about the accommodation. I'm glad you got onto that Ashwell Prison tour, because I think it's now sold out. We're doing Oxford Castle the next night. So I think some people are going to jump on that one as well. All right, what am I up to now? The one on here?
You didn't tell me about the Oxford Castle one.
Yeah, we're doing that. We're doing Ashwell Prison on the Friday night, and we're doing Oxford Castle the next night. It's all in the chat. Everybody agreed to it.
Okay.
She reckons she's not forgetting anything. Deborah Ann, how are you? Wishing you both and your families a truly magical Christmas and a brand new year full of big adventure, and a very Merry Christmas to you all out there. Love from Deborah Ann.
Thank you, Deborah Ann.
Very sad to hear the live show will be unalive. May as well go out with a bang. Oh, Dave, he's got a joke. Why does Mrs. Claus call her lap the chimney?
Oh my gosh, why? Oh, can we say this? It's not 9 o'clock yet.
It's almost. So Santa will go down.
Oh, Dave.
All right. My mum, Mrs. Cara, has been doing our family tree. Found so many family we didn't know we had here in Australia and from the UK. Hello, Sharon. Welcome to our last show. We'll be back though with lots more next year.
It's so interesting to do your family tree and to do those. What's the one that you spit into?
The one that I failed 8 times.
Yeah.
Ancestry.
Ancestry. Oh, if you haven't done it before, what a great present to give to someone to do the ancestry.
No, we don't have sponsorship from them, but yeah, it's good.
Because it's just really, really, really interesting to find out.
Especially
where your DNA comes from.
Especially when you're adopted, as I was. And for those who haven't heard the story before, I was starting to think I was actually maybe alien. There was one time I flew over to England to see a friend, and when I got there, there was the plane was late. During the flight, all the oxygen masks had dropped out. We had the emergency descend to a lower altitude, breach in cabin pressure. All this was going on and freaking out. So we eventually got to England, and I went to get changed in my pajamas. My shirt was stuck to my stomach. And when I looked down, there was a blood patch on it. And once I soaked that off and managed to look at it, I had a very deep penetrating wound into my abdomen. And that took weeks to heal. So it was very deep. I have no idea how I got it. And then I remembered the whole flight going down, or the oxygen mask and breaching cabin pressure. And I went, Then I went to go and get my DNA done because I'm adopted. And I thought, I really want to know my ancestry. I want to know what country I come from because people keep talking about their ancestry and I had nothing. And it does leave a bit of a void. And 8 times I had the test coming back saying, we could not get any DNA from you. And I went back to that memory of the plane. And I thought, am I actually alien? Because was I a baby that was left on a doorstep somewhere? Maybe I'm just not of this earth. But then,
I'd agree with that, Anne.
Thank you. And then I got my DNA back and it turned out that I'm Irish, Scottish, Welsh, Scandinavian. I'm definitely of this earth, which is why I think I'm always drawn to the north. I just love being up there.
To the north.
To the north. And it turns out most of my family, the Kennedys, came from a place called Clonmel.
Which we're going to.
Which we're going to
on
again.
Our Ireland tour.
We are, yes.
We still have some vacancies, by the way. So if you want to come along and join us for an incredible, epic journey through Ireland and some of its most haunted sites, please head to Mysterious Adventures and check out the Frightfully Good Ireland tour.
Yeah. Are you yawning?
No, I was just about to burp.
Did you know that, babe?
And buy your tickets or look, put down a deposit because we would.
It's 11 weeks away.
Yes.
Woo! I've bought the airfare.
You can pay it off.
All right, so we are going to head off to the top of the hour break. And Renata didn't get to do her story, but I'll let her do it when we come back. Thank you for all the messages that are coming through, and thank you for the people on YouTube who have been watching us live. Renata, you've got, I like Megan Trainor. Some people don't like her. I really like her a lot. So we'll be back after a couple of songs. Go get your cup of tea, fill up your shot glass. We'll be back soon.
Are you going to let these lovely people
go? We're going to let you go so we can scoff into the rest of the KFC, maybe have a quick cup of tea. But thank you so much for joining us on YouTube. You can still text through your comments and everything through as we're going. to the 0490 848886. And thank you so much for being our audience on Spooky Sundays every week.
Thank you
We
so
love
much.
you all to death. And we're still around doing our daily lives on YouTube until the 24th of December. Make sure you're there for every one of them. And we will see you all next year with bigger and better things. Bye.